Hello everybody, welcome back to 30 for 30. This is part 22 of 30. We're getting there. How are you feeling about the program? I hope you're making some progress with Excel VBA. If you are watching live, please let me know in the chat right here. I can see everybody chatting away. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Now first today, I want to show you a bit about Members Monday. Yesterday, on Monday we had our Members Monday live stream. Have you lost track of what day it is as well? I have. We had our Members Monday live stream, and when you sign up for a Members Monday membership, and you can click below this video for the details, you'll get this file, which is the Members Monday Content Navigator, and it contains a little summary for each Members Monday. So you got a little summary here. You've got the title, you've got a silly quote from me, and then you've got all the different topics that we spoke about, including homework reviews. Yes, I review files that viewers, Members Monday members send in. You can see we're talking about variables here, all kinds of things. So on your system, I'm not going to do it now on mine because I'm streaming. You can just click on one of these. It's going to take you to the video, but not just to the video, to the exact point in the video where we're talking about this topic. So this is one thing you're going to get. You're going to get a summary of each Members Monday session. You also get what I'm calling the training plan generator. Yes, you can select a topic here. And let's say we want to learn about formulae, and just hit generate, and we get a little pop-up asking us to confirm, and it's going to generate this training plan. So these are all the different formulae we've spoken about in Members Monday. I'll just skip over to the left-hand side. You can see the formulae here, and again, you've got the video, and then over on the right-hand side, you've got a nice link, which is going to take you to the point in the video that's going to allow you to access this. So just a quick look at what you get in Members Monday. Our Content Navigator is going to help you get exactly what you need out of Members Monday. You can hit join. Get more details on all of that. So let me close down the Members Monday Content Navigator, and we are back into our file. So you can download this file, work along with me. The link is in the description below this video. So how far we got? We're making some good progress with the task, and thank you if you sent me a file in. I've had about 10 or 12 emails in the past 24 hours about 30 for 30, so I will get to yours. Please do be patient, but I'm so happy to see people trying to do it, people trying different ways to do it. That's great. Try to do it different ways. Appreciate the pros and the cons. Also, people who haven't managed to do it, who've sent it to me and you know, want a little bit of help to debug. I can't give unlimited help, but I will help you do a bit of debugging for 30 for 30. Just don't give up. The only thing that matters is long term, can you keep it going? If you can do that, the sky's the limit for you and your Excel VBA. So we've got sheets for each category. We've also got, for each entry that pertains to this category, we have a line in, but it's not particularly useful at the moment because it just says client payment. We'd like to copy paste across more information than that. Specifically, we'd like to take columns B to E, maybe not the cumulative information, columns B to E. We'd like to copy paste that across. So let me know in the chat what concepts, building blocks, remember our building blocks are going to help us do this. Let me know in the chat. With that said, let's get into the chat quickly. Say hello to everybody. We've got 23 people watching and 3 likes. Fantastic to be with you today. We've got Paul Taylor. Welcome, Paul. And Ian is with us. Ian Box, welcome. Ian, Jasmine is with us. Welcome, Jasmine. Jasmine was saying, is everybody in the chat British? That's what it felt like, didn't it, Jasmine? So if you're not British, then make sure you say hello in the chat. Welcome, Alistair. Adrian is with us. Welcome. Going down the chat here. Going down the chat. Anup is with us. Welcome, Anup. Frank is with us. Welcome. Lee Williams. Welcome. And who else is with us today? Going down the chat. The General is with us. Let's salute the General, please. Chow Ma is with us. So Chow, is it your first stream with us? Welcome. And Joanna is with us. Welcome. Chow says, yeah, you've tried to catch up with the previous streams. Excellent stuff. Remember, these streams are going to be, they'll sit on YouTube forever. So you'll be able to come back and reference them. HD, welcome. And who else we got here? Gary Stanislav, welcome. VVIJ is here again. Good to see you. Farador is with us again. Good to see you. Willem. And DC checking in. Good to see you, DC. So welcome everybody. If I missed anybody, sorry. And it's good to be with you today on 30 for 30. Isn't it a beautiful day outside, by the way? Certainly here in the UK. So in the chat, anybody got any ideas here for what concepts are going to help us? Let's get the VBA editor open and let's at least try to locate the code that we're talking about. And once again, we can see our planning and conceptualization. Our annotations are going to help us here. So yeah, so I've got an annotation here that says transfer. Well, that sounds like an interesting word in our context because we're looking to transfer data here. Transfer Hoodie data into the destination sheet. Okay, so here we have a single cell. This is a single cell reference. We've used the variable here. Remember, a variable is just a place to store information. Counter, what kind of information is it? What kind of variable is it? We can go back to the top to the variable declaration. We can see it's a long variable, which is a whole number variable that works with big numbers over 32,000. Below that, integer works. So Excel is going to read this as just, you know, something like D4, or it might be D500, whatever it might be. But it's definitely a single cell reference. So our challenge today is, let's write it down here, Stream 22 challenge, transfer 4 columns data into report sheet. Okay, how about that? So in the chat, we got any foundational concepts that are going to help here? Let's have a look. Nothing so far. Everybody, I think everybody's chilling out in the in the sunshine. Everybody's chilling out. Just let me do the work. Oh, guys, come on. Hassan, welcome. Good to see you. So it looks like it might be some tricky code. A concept that's going to help us definitely is range, 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 of course. If it's going to be tricky code, let's create a little testing area. And let's say for col select. Let's say for col test. Something like that. Or col test. Let's say multiple col tests. Something like that. Okay, down at the bottom here, let me just bring this up into your screenshot. So the concept that's going to help us here is, can you remember range, range, range? One of our foundational concepts. And as with any of these foundational concepts, you can go back to the previous stream and go back and watch the first video about this concept. That's going to help you understand. On the website, all of the videos are stacked up with their little summaries below, so you'll be able to find what you need there. And then what do we want? Well, we want column B here across to column E. So how might we do this? So range, range, range. So let's do it very easily first in kind of a non-dynamic way. So B4 going across to E4. E4, then I'm going to need 2 brackets at the end, not 3. 2 brackets. And can we just select the data to begin with? So as always, we build from something easier to something more difficult. Sense checking the code. Syntax looks okay. Going to hit the F8 key. And then what do we have selected here? So this looks good. We've managed to get range, range, range working. This is a good start. So what's the next challenge? Well, we need to get rid of this hard-coded value here. Need to get rid of this hard-coded value here. Yeah, DC says you can't begin a routine with a number. DC didn't know that. So if I try to start with number 4 there, interesting. So that's good. So DC, good contribution there. So when we name a routine, we can't use a number at the beginning. Good stuff. So we've got the row hard-coded here. We've got the number 4 hard-coded into the reference. What do we actually want to do? We actually want to make that dynamic so that the row is going to move down as we loop through these cells. And again, let's do a kind of contained test here in our little test sub. And let's just see if we can do it for 5 rows. something like this. So we've got a for next loop, one of our 3 looping techniques. We've got for next loop, for each loop, do until loop. And then what's the syntax going to be here? Anup says, can you increase font size? I can't right now, Anup. I'm afraid I can't do it right now. I will consider it if I get multiple requests. Lee's right. Offset and position control. Good. And Jasfin too. Good contributions coming in. Be and counter, which is a construct we've already got in our routine, but a very common, powerful construct in VBA to have a variable working with a kind of hard-coded cell reference here to create this dynamic function. So E and counter here. And because we've got our nice little mini routine here, our kind of safe space to test out this concept, we can now step through the code and we should see that selection moving down for the first 5 rows, because we have, come on, let's move across. There we go. Because we have for counter 1 to 5, you can have for counter 1 to 10, whatever. Let's see what happens here. Quick sense check, syntax. Particularly, I'm looking, have I got the speech marks where I need them? That's a typical thing to mess up when you're trying to concatenate or join together a text string with a variable. Variable doesn't need speech marks. A text string does need speech marks. So that's what I'm looking at in my sense check. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite what we want. Let's move this these rows down. Let's just do rows 4 to 10. And already, just taking me 2 minutes to make this code, you can see the power, because it's powerful stuff, of course, we've been learning. I can see that selection moving down. Lovely stuff. So we've managed to select it, but of course, we want to do more than just select it, of course. Yeah, Kana in the chat. Welcome, Kana. I don't know if I've seen you in a live stream already, but Kana's saying some good syntax to use here would be cells, dot cells. So cells, yeah, is possible to do this with dot cells. I haven't taught it on this course because we couldn't teach everything on this course. But if you're interested in dot cells, we have a video on the channel which is called Excel VBA dot cells for beginners. It's an alternative referencing technique, means you don't have to use cell references. You can use numbers, rows and columns to do the referencing. So you can go and check that out. We might cover that before the end of the program. Okay, so we don't want to select this range. What do we want to do? Of course, we want to copy this range because we want to copy it somewhere else. So we can go dot copy here, and let's see if we can just kind of manually paste it onto the dog sheet. I'm going to clear out these entries here, Control Shift and down, and then hit delete. And let's just do it like this. Sheets. Dog.select. Then we can use active sheet.paste. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is going to work. Let's try it using the F8 key, copying, selecting the dog sheet, and then pasting in there. Okay, so that certainly works for the first instance. But we can see, is this going to work selecting sheets? Is this going to work selecting sheets? I'm not sure. It would be better if we could do it like this. Is this going to work? Not absolutely sure. Let's try this. Paste special Excel paste values. So this is an example of remote referencing versus direct referencing. So if we're selecting the sheet, or if we're using syntax such as active cell or active sheet, that's what we call direct referencing, because we're interacting directly with the object, with the spreadsheet or with the cell. the solution we're looking at here is a remote referencing solution because we're not selecting anything. You can see there's no dot select here. So the advantage of remote referencing, a bit more difficult to code, a bit more difficult to follow because we're not kind of physically moving around the sheets and stuff, but more efficient and more powerful, hopefully, as we're going to see now. So going through with the F8 key, if I go to the dog sheet now, I can see on A1 we've got some information in there because we haven't got the formatting sorted yet. We don't have the date format on there. Then go through again. So now the second row is going to be copy pasted in, the third row, the fourth row, and we go all the way to the 10th row. Then let's just check what the 10th row is. And the 10th row is dog minus 2173, and we can see it there. Okay, so that should be all the code you need. I've just created, as I said, a little subroutine, a little testing area there to test out the ideas away from the main routine, because the main routine has lots of other stuff going on. So we should be able to integrate these in now. That's your challenge. Now, hopefully you'll carry on following the stream, but that's your challenge. Can you integrate this code into the main routine? Right, what's going on in the chat? Lee says you need to copy it and then link it to the other variable we did yesterday to get it on the right sheet. That's right. Yeah, let's go back to our main routine here. Let's bring this into your screenshot. Okay, so over here, okay, so something like this. Okay, we need to put the copy code in here. So Control C copy, then Control V to paste in here. Okay, and what sheets are we actually working with? Okay, we're working with, so we've got to be careful here. Got to be careful because the with statement here is working with target sheet, but here we're actually talking about the data sheet. So I'm going to put another with statement in here actually, because it's going to avoid all the repeated syntax. Data, and then you've got to remember the end with. Now I guarantee this is going to be problematic for some people. If you forget the end with, I'm just going to indent this to make it a bit clearer. If you forget the end with, that's likely to create problems. We've also got to remember, now we're using with, got to remember to put our full stops in, our periods in. For Jasfin, got to remember to put that syntax in, because that syntax connects whatever is down here with whatever opens up the with statement. So what about this counter variable? This is the correct variable name, isn't it? Yep. So that looks reasonable enough. Okay, I'm just going to test it to here. So what we should see is, we should see this range copied. So Control S, save the file. Going to play the routine now with the F5 key. Okay, going to hit F8 now. Hang on a second. Okay. Yeah, just messed that up. Try that one time, hit the play button to the data sheet, and we can see, yeah, we've got our row copied there. Can we play it again? What's going to happen? And here we can see, yeah, we've got our second row copied there. Let's play it again. Then we can see we've got our third row copied there. So seems to be working. I am getting a little bit hot. You know, I've got a mission on these streams to wear my tiger hoodie for every stream so that there's consistency on the streams, but it's also getting quite hot outside. So yeah, it's not, obviously it's not because I'm, you know, getting nervous about the presentation, because that's all planned meticulously beforehand. It's getting a bit hot here in the UK. This seems to be going reasonably well. Yeah, we've got some good ideas in the chat here. Anup, can you please teach how to differentiate properties with functions of VBA objects? Okay. Okay. What exactly are you getting at there, Arnold? Let me know. What specifically are you interested in? Any specific properties you're interested in? I mean, all I can say is the basic ideas. Excel consists of objects and properties, and an object is a sheet or a button or a workbook, you know, anything we can see in Excel. And those objects have properties, like a worksheet has a name. Those properties help give the object, you know, what it is, the name, the value of the cell, you know, whatever it might be. So Excel consists of objects and properties. Lee says, I need a tiger t-shirt. You know what I really want is a tiger vest. That's what I need. I need to get something branded up, nice tiger vest. I love hanging out in vests, and you know, it's just about warm enough now. Anyway, we're going to stick with this until the end of the series. People in the chat asking me to take my clothes off now. Come on, it's not that kind of stream. Quickly, back into the VBA. So we've managed to copy the data we're looking to copy here. Okay. So hopefully it's as simple as going back to our syntax from our little practice area. Yeah, and Excel is saying you haven't finished doing what you're doing there. Absolutely. Taking this syntax here, paste special, Excel paste values. So yeah, I snuck that syntax in, didn't I? I didn't explain that particularly well. This syntax, it allows us to do the remote referencing so that we don't have to select the sheet. It also allows us to take a particular property. In this case, we're going to take the values. You could also take the formats. You can take the formulas as well. We're going to go for the values here. So it's just going to copy paste the values in. It's equivalent to doing Control C, Control Alt V. Oh dear, what happened there? Control C, Control Alt V. There we go. It's the equivalent to using the paste special dialog box. Good. So let's take this syntax. Okay, and then drop it in here. So again, no massive adjustments to this code. I mean, we've integrated I don't think we've integrated any new lines of code here. We've just adjusted existing lines of code. And then this is what we're looking at. Is this going to work? Adrian says, where did the tiger name come from? I'll answer that at the end of the stream. Adrian, if you ask me again in about 2 or 3 minutes, after we've gone through this task and a little briefing for tomorrow. I don't know what I did there. I managed to do something. Just going to go to the bottom of the sheet here. Okay, yeah. Somehow I managed to autofill those Jan values to the end of the sheet. So I'm just going to clear that up. Okay, now do we just go for glory? Click the button and go for glory? Or do we step through it as we should do? I'm going to do a sense check, and based on my level of confidence, we're going to decide what to do. Sense check looks good. Okay, let's go for glory then. Control S, save the file. Going to hit analyze here. Then what's happening? Taking a fair amount of time, and we can look at how to speed this up, hopefully. Now it's taking a bit too much time. We'll see. Yeah, Lisa. Lee says, step through the code. Ian says, can you take all? I think Ian, you're referring to the formatting there. And yes, you can take it all. I think if you say Excel paste special all or something like that. Right, not doing too well with this routine. So we're going to have to go into debugging mode. I should never shoot for glory, you see. Okay, so what's going to happen here? I'm going to have to hit holding down the escape. There we go. Did that? Pete says it does work. It takes about 15 seconds. Okay. My computer is running very slowly. I think it's creaking a bit with all the live streaming and stuff. Let's go back to the file here. So I'm just trying to get Excel started again here. And session 22 saved, 1627. Looks like that's what we need. Just bear with me as we open up the file. Do to speed this up. Okay, I'm going to put in some code to see if we can speed this up a bit. Okay, there we go. And we do have some streaming problems now. What do they say? When something goes wrong, everything goes wrong. So if the stream is slow, please just refresh the page. Hopefully it'll get better as soon as possible. So what's going on here? I think we're going to have to step through this just to confirm this is working. So I'm going to go ahead, put the breakpoint in, then play the code. Okay, using the F8 key, copy. And then we are pasting in. That doesn't seem problematic. Okay. It seems to be working fine. Let's see if we can do some things to make this code more efficient. Yeah, Peter's saying solution in my email today. Yeah, there's different ways to do this code. And there's probably more efficient ways to do it. But there isn't a better way in terms of learning the different techniques and concepts that we have been learning. Right, I'll try to run it one more time. Let's do some things to see if we can make this screen updating to make this more efficient. So screen updating is, does Excel show you what's happening as the code runs? So if we set that to false, application.screenUpdating equals false. And then at the end, we've got to remember to reset it. So down at the bottom here, just before the end of the routine, application.screenUpdating equals true. And then is it going to help? I'm just wondering if we exit cut copy mode here. Will this help or not? I'm not sure, but we'll give it a go. So cut copy mode is when you try to cut or copy something, you'll get the marching ants around the selection and you hit escape and then it exits, just goes back to normal mode. That's what we're doing when we're doing this cut copy mode thing. We're hitting that escape key, exiting cut copy mode, clearing the keyboard. Okay, right. Shall we give this one more go? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll give it a go with a bit less data. Let's give it about 100 rows here. And the rest of the data, I'm just going to go and store over here. So in column L, just outside of your screenshot. And if it does work with 100 lines, then let's see if we can get it working for 500 lines. So Control S, save the file. Then let's go for glory here, hitting the Analyze button. And let's see what happens here. See if we can get this done. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So that was about 10 seconds. That's with, 20% of the data. And my system is running very slowly, I have to say. Because of the live streaming and stuff, no doubt. Okay. See if I can copy the data in at the bottom here. Now I think I'm gonna call it a day here, but we did get it working. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a day with Excel here, but we did get it working. You saw it working there, and I will upload the file as usual. You can download it, see if you can get it working on your system. Few people in the chat saying they've got it working. Yeah, there's nothing particularly complex in that code. I think it should work pretty well. One way to speed it up might be, rather than using copy paste, might be to say do a straightforward equals operation to say this range equals this range. I might have an experimentation with that, and maybe tomorrow's stream we might dedicate to speeding up a slow macro, which is what we seem to have got here. Yeah, some people in the chat saying they tried it with advanced filter. That's good. Yeah, Jasmine, I'm pretty sure the macro is still attached to this button. Lee says there is a gap in the line above where you have just put application code after the counter, then a space before range. I don't think so. Spacing doesn't generally cause an issue, Lee, so that should be okay. So let me know, guys, have you got it working? And perhaps we'll look at efficiency improvements tomorrow. That is a topic I wanted to tackle. See if we can get this code working more efficiently, maybe look at some alternative approaches. Let me know any final questions in the chat. So Adrian asks, why is it called Tiger? I wish that there was a story about this, but there isn't one. Adrian, there isn't one. It's a terrible answer. People have been hanging on to the end of the stream for this. When I first started the company, I started it with somebody else. My old business partner, still a good friend of mine, and he just thought Tiger was a great name because a tiger is kind of an agile, fast-moving creature. He thought it was a great name. I wasn't too bothered. That's why we went for Tiger. I wish there was a better story, Adrian, but that really is it. Paul says, would it not be better to use code names for sheets so the sheets themselves can have names changed, and would be better to name the modules more informative name? Yeah, more informative name for the module, definitely. Well, the sheets are being the sheets are being deleted and recreated, Paul, each time. So I don't see any issues there because the sheets are being deleted and recreated. Adrian says the Tiger name. Yep. Peter, we all love tigers. Yep. Stanislav said it's very good. Thank you, Stanislav. VVIJ says, no, nothing to do with Tiger Woods. Not inspired by Tiger Woods. But thanks for that question. Yeah, and let me know, guys. Any other questions? I will answer. You know, if you want to ask any questions about how I ended up doing this, you know, setting up the company, YouTube, anything you want, I'll be happy to deal with those in future streams. So tomorrow we'll carry on looking at this task. What can we do? Well, think about yourself. What can we do to improve it? Improving the efficiency. Then we've got to think about things like formatting these reports. We don't want to just kind of give them the data looking kind of raw data. We want to present it properly. So we'll look at using Excel VBA to get us to do formatting, to get formatting done. Okay, guys, really absolute pleasure to hang out with you again today. What have we got? 7 more streams. I'm going to keep bringing the energy every day, bringing you some new ideas, some new challenges every day. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow.